everybody. Welcome to day 7 of our Steps to Silver as part of our Be Healthy, Be Plexus community page. As I told you earlier in the week, I'm Noelle Brecker, a Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus. I am so excited to talk to you today about one of my favorite things, and that's follow-up. A lot of people are a little intimidated by follow-up. They feel like they reach out to someone and then they don't know when it's right to reach back out to them, especially if they haven't said anything. And so I just want to talk to you a little bit today about some steps that you could take, some ideas to really implement, to really reach out to those people after you've done that official reach out. Okay, so let's get started. So I just want to encourage you guys to say that you should never stop following up with a potential. It is your job to follow up with those people until they have made a commitment. Whether they have said, yes, I'm going to step into an ambassador or a customer role, or no, I'm not ready right now. So until they make that action and they give you some sort of verbal understanding about which way they're going, don't stop following up. The fortune is in the follow-up, you guys. I'm going to give you some statistics here that are so important for you to really take in. So 48% of people never follow up with a prospect. So you reach out to someone and then they never hear from you again. You're not going to get any ambassadors or customers if you don't reach out to them again. It's just not going to happen. Maybe 1, 2 if you're lucky, but on the big scale, those people are not going to come seeking you out. You have to be intentional with them. 25% of people don't make 2 contacts. 12% of people don't do the third. 10% of people don't do more than 3 times. So on the opposite side of that, I just want to give you this big number here. 80% of people join after the 5th to 12th follow-up. So what does that tell you? That you cannot give up after 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 reach outs. You really need to make that commitment to at least engage 5 times with those people. Now that's going to look different for every single person that you're talking to. Every potential is going to be engaging with you probably a little bit different. You'll be able to read those situations better than others, but it is important to listen to what your potentials are saying and take the necessary steps to reach out when you need to. So the one question you may be asking yourself is, how long do I wait in between follow-ups? That's a great question. I think after your initial reach out, it's probably good to wait a few days and then you can check back in with that person if they haven't responded to you. Now, something good that you could say to them would be something like this. Hey, Susie, I hope you got that information that I sent you about Plexus. I have been so blessed by these products, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that they will help with your health journey that you're on right now. I would love to answer any questions that you may have, so please let me know. I said that wrong, and this is where I'm going to correct myself. And I'm not going to start my video over because I would be tempted to do that. But instead of saying, I would love to answer any questions, you should be direct in saying, what questions do you have for me? And I think that's a big mistake that I personally make sometimes, where instead of actually ending with a question, I make it more of an open-ended question. This is being direct towards them. So in saying, what questions do you have for me? So as you end with that question, and you're waiting for your response, I think it's good then to wait a few days. If you haven't heard anything back from Susie, then you can check back in. Sometimes wait a week, just depending on how you're feeling with her. I think the next great message that you could send to her would be something like this. Hey, Susie, I'm following up with everybody that I've talked to about Plexus. I just wanted to see what questions you had for me. Then that way she knows that you're not just targeting her specifically, but you're reaching out to kind of that broad group, and that does include her. Ultimately, the best way to reach out to someone and follow up is picking up the phone. I know I personally have a hard time with that, especially with the majority of my potentials being in the States and I'm in Canada. It can be hard to kind of just pick up that phone. So I find that the next possible best situation for me is to send a voice message. Then they can hear the excitement in my voice. They can tell that I'm really passionate and I am not just reaching out to them because it's my job, but I'm actually following up with them because I care about them, I'm passionate about these products, and I love what I'm selling. Let's see here. I'm just looking back with my notes a little bit. If you can't get to the phone, like I said, a voice message is key. Otherwise, if you can send them a testimony, that is huge. They've probably potentially already told you a little bit about what they've been dealing with if you kind of have been talking back and forth. So sending them a testimony or a diamond documentary that maybe you feel like they could relate to would be huge. People love hearing other people's testimonies as well. It really just gives that third-party validation and really speaks to, our credibility and our products. For those people who you have that might be on the fence when you're following up, I find that it's really nice to offer a sample to them. Those are the people that if they're kind of hemming and hawing, not sure if they're wanting to jump in, when you say, hey, I'd love to send you a free sample, send me your address. More times than not, they'll actually message you right back, even if they've been kind of given you the circle where you've seen they've read your messages before, but it's taken a long time. Once you offer them something free, they're more likely to kind of reach back out to you and say, hey, I'd love a free sample. Then they kind of know that you're serious about things too. Plus, it gives you one more opportunity to follow up with them. Once you send them that sample out, you talk a little more about Plexus, then a few days go by, you can actually reach back out to them again and say, how did you like your sample? I'd love to hear how you liked it. Another opportunity for reaching back out to people and following up is when you have an incentive. When you're doing a personal incentive or a team incentive, or when there is a corporate incentive. And this is huge because right now we have a corporate incentive going on until the 26th of January. So it should be making following up a lot easier because as you're telling people about those products, you have the opportunity to say, hey, when you sign up today, you get 10% back. That is huge. I also want to encourage you, if you've reached out to someone the day before and Plexus comes out with a corporate special, that next day, you need to reach back out to those people and offer them that corporate special. More people love to jump on when it's a corporate special. They can really get behind that. So there's a few things I just want to leave you with following up today. It is not always fun and not always easy to follow up with people, but it is absolutely necessary. In order to work your business and grow your team, you're only going to get to that next step if you're willing to put in the work and follow up with people. They say that the doers in this business, the ones that climb the ranks, if you're about making Plexus your business, then you need to be reaching out and following up with people. That's so huge. We cannot stress that enough as leaders on this page, that as we watch people adding ambassadors to their team, those are the people that are engaging with their potentials and really reaching out to them. Now, one last thing when you're following up with someone. Let's say you've gotten through the whole process and they are ready to join your team. A big process in the following up stage is also making sure that you take the right steps to get them signed up correctly. Now, I think if you can get on the phone with them, that is key. And if you can't, get on Messenger while they are signing up and walk them through those glitches that they might be having. That is so important because we've had lots of people go to join our team and then they get stuck on something when they're signing up and then they say, I think this is a sign, it's not for me, which I don't believe. I think that's not true, but a lot of people do think that. And so we need to make sure that we're right there with them every step of the way, walking them through so they know exactly how to pick the welcome pack that they need, so they know exactly how to set up that subscription that they need for next month, and we can get them started on the right foot. There's lots of information in our team page as to go about signing up, the step-by-step that you can actually send. I'll probably even include it on this below this video, I'm drawing a blank here, on the work for today's reach outs and whatnot. I'll put it in the comment section. Sorry guys. Then that way you can kind of have the directions on how to get people signed up, that step by step. I just want to leave you with this today. This is day 7 of your Steps to Silver, and we have been so excited to pour into you guys this week. We are so proud of the ways that you've been working your business and that you've been reaching out and that you've been digging deep inside yourselves and that you've been following up, and we can't wait to see the fruit that comes from this. So we hope you all have a wonderful week, and we can't wait to hear from you again.